Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Carography presented by Pennzoil. As always, I'm your host, Austin Cindric.
Typical rookie, wins a Daytona 500, you think you can take over the show?
Can you do a whole day without doing a donut? No.
So we got a 2020 Mustang GT350. You got this car when you won the championship, the Xfinity Championship in 2020. But I feel like it goes much further, as you were telling me before we started the show. Tell us about this thing.
Yeah, obviously, awesome car, fun to daily drive it. Shelby GT350, 5.3 liter, flat plane crank V8. But what's unique to me about this car, yeah, I got it for winning the championship, which is awesome, an amazing memory. I know you can relate to that. And when I started my relationship with Ford in 2015, I was racing in IMSA, and I was racing for the Factory Ford program. We started the year with 302 bosses, and throughout the year we developed the GT350 race car. And as a 16-year-old, to be part of a development project on a car was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And with that development project was this engine, the 5.3, and they nicknamed it the Voodoo. They nicknamed it the Voodoo because it was a little evil. And as the development guy on that project, we learned
Did you find how evil it was?
Found how evil it was. And this is a 2020 model, and they've got all the kinks worked out, and this thing runs awesome. But for me, it's really nostalgic. To hear the sounds, the same sounds that I heard in the race car. And the funny thing is, up until they gave me the car, you know, Ford surprised me with the car after winning the championship. I had never driven the street car version. I'd only driven the race car, which was purely almost a street stock race car, but I'd never gotten to drive one of the street versions. It's really the car that I got to be part of the development of. So it's really cool that kind of my relationship with Ford went full circle. You know, from winning the championship to starting out in 2015 together and climbing really the ladder of NASCAR, obviously now racing in the Cup Series with Ford Performance. So it's a special car in a lot of ways, and it's kind of nostalgic for me. I know I'm only 23 years old, so it's hard to like think of nostalgia. Maybe it makes me feel old, I don't know.
Nostalgic to me too.
Yeah.
So many people, I always say the Mustang culture, I mean, it is a cult, right? I mean, people love it and they're into it, whether it's the old ones, older than this one, in between like this, or the brand new ones. The styling, the differences, but the people is what makes, to me, the Mustang culture so cool. They're forever cars, I call it, right? Like, you're never gonna get rid of this car. Like, that is Austin Cindric's car. You can't get rid of it. It's going down generation to generation because, shoot, you developed the dang car.
Well, so the funny thing is, when they gave it to me, I thought to myself, I'm like, all right, there's two courses of action I can take. I can either get this car and appreciate it and wipe it with a rag and keep it nice, or I can drive the heck out of it.
Drive it.
And I've driven the heck out of it. It's been so much fun. And you know, when you talk about generations, I'm sure Hudson's gonna remember this car.
This is his favorite car. He loves the color blue. This is what I go through the carpool lane in, and I pick him up in the Fox body. Yeah, and this foxy lady right here. That's what I do. He loves it. I feel like I need a jean jacket to go with it, you know, but
or not.
Something like that.
I've got something for you, and it's not a jean jacket. I couldn't come on your show without bringing you something.
Okay.
And it's very on brand.
Okay.
So, I was in my grandma's garage, digging around, just looking what she's got. She's got some cool stuff.
Yeah.
And I found something that made me think of you, and I couldn't think of a better person than the driver of the Pennzoil Ford Mustang.
Oh, man.
That
is the stuff right there.
Because I know that's kind of...
It's still good, right? Crack it open, put it in?
Yeah, you can put it in the Fox body. But I found a couple of these, and...
that is super cool.
Figured you'd appreciate them. Probably go well in your
bad to the bone.
Here,
absolutely, thank you.
Not going to make any jokes about you holding my grandma's cans, but...
You just did. You just did. So Austin, I look at you in the NASCAR series in general, whether it's trucks, Xfinity Cup. Most improved driver over the last 5 years, no doubt. You come into the truck series, you've been racing before that, all these road racing cars and rally cars, all these really cool things, but you never really did stock car racing. You jump in a truck in 2015, you run well, you move into the Xfinity Series, you get your first win in 2019, then you go win the championship in 2020, then you go to 2022 and win the Daytona 500. You went from like a dart without feathers, not really knowing where to go, to winning the Daytona 500 5 years later. But what I noticed the most is when you won your first Xfinity race in Watkins Glen, your burnout sucked. It wasn't even close. You were like, what was that? And then you fast forward, you win the championship, great burnout. So yes, you improved as a driver, but your burnouts,
it means a lot.
It's coming from the furthest.
The best burnouts in the Cup Series.
That's what it's about, man. This is the skid pad. This is where it's all developed. The burnouts, the fun.
I don't practice them like you do.
I can't help it, man.
They're all emotional for me. For you, it's obviously calculated.
I come in here every day and I say, you know what? Maybe a quick donut's just part of it. I should do that. I should do that. Thanks for being on another episode of Carography presented by Pennzoil. I got my Pennzoil cans. I'm off to the racetrack. I'll see you there.